Do you remember those movies everyone seemed to hate when they first came out? Well, it turns out that some of them might have just been ahead of their time. Here are 10 forgotten box office flops that we believe would totally slay at the cinemas today. Heathers is a black comedy that modern audiences would find intriguingly edgy. When it first hit theaters in 1989, it barely made a dent. The film follows Veronica, played by Winona Ryder, as she navigates high school politics with a dark twist, thanks to the bad boy JD. The crude humor and bold themes were too much for the late 80s, but today, this cult classic's satirical take on teen angst and social cliques would resonate far better. Treasure Planet. Despite being a Disney film with voice talents like Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Martin Short, Treasure Planet bombed at the box office, overshadowed by the juggernaut Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This sci-fi adventure takes Robert Louis Stevenson's classic Treasure Island to the stars, delivering stunning visuals and an epic interstellar quest. Drop Dead Gorgeous. Denise Richards and Kirsten Dunst star in this dark comedy about the cutthroat world of beauty pageants. When it was released, audiences didn't quite know what to make of its satirical and absurd humor. Fast forward to today, and films that mix dark comedy with social commentary are all the rage. Drop Dead Gorgeous would be dissected, memed, and celebrated across social media platforms, making it a sleeper hit in modern times. Limelight. Chaplin's film about a fading comedian's bond with a dancer tackled heavy themes like mental health, not widely discussed at its release, affecting its reception. Limelight, considered one of Chaplin's least successful films, it struggled at the box office, partly due to Chaplin's controversial political stance. The Bluebird. Despite being a box office flop and losing money, the film was nominated for 2 Academy Awards. Shirley Temple's venture into a fantasy about finding happiness was too different from her usual roles, leading to audience disinterest at the time. The film sees Temple in a less sugary role as a bratty child who embarks on a magical quest. John Carpenter's The Thing is a sci-fi horror masterpiece that was overshadowed by E.T. the Extraterrestrial upon its release. Set in Antarctica, it follows researchers who encounter a shape-shifting alien. The film's bleak tone and intense suspense were too much for audiences during a recession, but in today's era of dark, thought-provoking entertainment, The Thing would likely be celebrated for its atmospheric tension and groundbreaking special effects. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. This Terry Gilliam film is a fantastical adventure featuring the absurd tales of the eccentric Baron Munchausen. It's wacky, disjointed, and at times feels like a fever dream. But that's exactly what modern audiences love about it. Think Willy Wonka meets Shark Boy and Lava Girl. It's so bizarre, it would definitely find a cult following today. Beloved. Based on Toni Morrison's novel, Beloved stars Oprah Winfrey and Thandie Newton in a haunting tale set post-Civil War. The film's exploration of trauma, racism, and the supernatural made it a tough sell in 1998. Myra Breckenridge, a comedy about a transgender woman shaking up Hollywood, was way ahead of its time. Its sexually open themes and progressive ideas were too much for the 1970s audience. Hocus Pocus. It's hard to believe now, but Hocus Pocus was a flop when it first came out. Critics and audiences didn't quite connect with the Sanderson sisters' antics. Fast forward to today, and Hocus Pocus is a Halloween staple, beloved by fans worldwide. If it were released now, it would likely be an instant hit, capitalizing on the nostalgia and the current love for all things spooky.